Every fake moan, every fake scream is a betrayal to your body, to your feminine energy, and to your sovereignty. You are handing over your power to men who do not deserve it, especially if they can't pleasure you. Pleasure is your birthright. So stop performing, stop owning, stop giving him an Oscar, stop moaning for shit he not doing. There is a deep presence inside of your womb when a woman has an orgasm. That is her power, her pleasure. That is part of your health maintenance. And if you want to reclaim that power, you have to do three things. I'm Mama T, the OG here, savage, self-love alchemist, divorce doula, and I help women detox from romantic delusion and rise into a version of themselves that no man can fuck with. Okay? The three things you need to start doing is reconnect with your body, communicate your needs, and own your energy and your boundaries. That's how you stop shrinking and start thriving. Okay, we've been taught to shrink, and we've been taught to shrink most definitely, lady, in the areas of our pleasure. So why does faking orgasms? Why is that a theft of power? I'm going to get into that. A theft of power, because for one, it's emotional labor disguised as intimacy. You being laborious, you just a huffing and a puffing and a moving and a grinding and a shaking and a just flexing the muscles, and it's disguised as intimacy. I'm so tired of women, and see, honey, I'm going on 60, so I'm not finna lie to these men no more. They can't get that out of me because we have been accepting subpar peen for far too long, especially those of us who have been married for a long time, or those of us who have been in a long-term relationship. Stuff starts getting boring, and he want to do the same three positions every time. You have told him, many times what pleases you, how to please you, what to do. He's even done it a few times and seen you fully activated in your power and in your pleasure, and still decides to give you subpar peen and bare minimum. You know that's some bullshit, right? And then they always want you to put your mouth on it. They always want you to put your mouth on it. They always want you to suck it. So it's all about them. If you was doing it right, and if you was giving me my full body orgasms, which is my birthright, then maybe I would want to suck it. I would desire to suck it. I would desire to put my mouth on it. So many men want to complain because they feel like women aren't showing up in the bedroom. Well, sir, do you understand that my body is here to be pleased? We have something called the clitoris that have 8,000 nerve endings that is only there for pleasure and to stimulate reproductive hormones and activity. Another reason why it is a theft of power, faking our orgasms is a theft of power, is because it teaches men that minimal effort is enough. We teach them, okay, all you got to do is pump a few times, 3 to 5 minutes. That's okay, because I want to get up anyway. I got something to do. I got to wash clothes. My show is on. I got to get her up and get ready for work. I got to hurry up and get little Bobby and little Sabrina ready to go to practice. So hurry up. James, hurry up. William, hurry up. Will, Tyrone, hurry it up. Hurry it up. So when we do that, we're actually shrinking our feminine energy, and it's training us to settle for crumbs. Yes, it is training us, ladies, to settle for crumbs. And every time you fake it, you're signing a contract that says your pleasure doesn't matter. And you deserve better than that. With all you sacrifice, with all you do for the family, with all you've done for him, with all you've done for the children, you deserve better than faking your orgasms. It's time for us to stop trying to satisfy their egos, protect their egos. No, we need to start saying, look, bruh, you not handling your business. I can remember being in my 20s, and I was with my then husband, one of my children's fathers, and he was doing so much dirt out in them streets. When he came home, he couldn't even erect properly. That's how I knew that he was always up to some bullshit out there in them streets. By the time he came home, he had did so much stuff. He couldn't even erect properly. Why? Because of the guilt. Because he didn't came home to this good woman who didn't clean, who didn't cook, who didn't took care of his family, right? Who did genuinely loves him. And somewhere in there, his peen had a conscience. So it wouldn't get erect. It wouldn't get erect. And I'm standing looking like, well, what's going on with you? When you out there with them hoes, I'm sure you erect. But that's the problem. He was attracted to that lifestyle and how that lifestyle fed that savage sexual desire that he had. And then coming home to me, he didn't feel that savage sexual desire because, for one, he had this. It's a complex that men have. When they marry you, you've now been put on a pedestal like Mary, Mother Mary, and you remember in the religious story, she ain't had no sex, honey. She was just on this pedestal for having the prophet, right? Okay, so they put you on that pedestal, and then that's why they go out there and they settle and satisfy their savage sexual desires with the so-called hoe. Okay, because they can't put you on the white hoe. They can't balance that. They don't know how to align the two. It's either one or the other. It's a dichotomy, right? But every time you fake it, you are telling him that you don't matter. Okay, that you deserve, you deserve less than. All right, now pleasure is a non-negotiable right, ladies. Understand that orgasm isn't a bonus. It's your birthright. Orgasm is not a bonus. I mean, think about it. When y'all first got together, y'all was getting it in, right? 2-3 times a day sometimes. Some of y'all, you would say 2-3 times a week is good, right? You was getting it in. That passion was there. That fire was there. He wanted it. You wanted it. And then somewhere as the oxytocin of the honeymoon phase begins to, die off, so does the opportune times of being highly sexual, as well as desire. Your sexual desire begins to fade too. Why? Many times because we've interjected so much of survival into the relationship that many times most of us as women, we feel like we ain't got time to be laying down with him because he ain't doing it right no how. I know that's how I felt. I was doing it sheerly out of obligation. And I'm going to also share this with you. And honey, it pisses me off every time I think about it. When I was with my previous ex, I had shared with him the things that I like and how I want to be touched and stroked and petted and penetrated and all this other stuff. And I was very clear, okay? And I just felt it was so selfish because when you tell a man exactly what you want and how you want it, just like he has no problem telling you how he wants it, what he expects sexually, he has no problem telling you that, right? Because if he don't get it from you, he gonna do what? Go outside. But see, the thing about it is they can get it from you and still go outside. That's how greedy. That's how greedy they are, and that's how sex has become such a low frequency. That it's just a desire that has to be fed. There's no control there at all. Most of the time, 99.999% of the time when it comes to men, they have no sexual control, and so with that, I can remember telling him what I like. He'll do it for a minute, hot minute, just to get me started and get me thinking that he really wanted to please me. But then it was these same 2-3 positions all the goddamn time. And I was like, look, bro, I just got sick of it. But let me tell you this part, this the kicker. This how I knew that he knew what he was doing. Because as I was exiting the marriage and I was exiting the home, we had that last hoorah. right? You know, that last hoorah. You be like, us as women, we be like, okay, I'm gonna do this because this is gonna be the last time he finna ever smell it, get it, taste it. This is it, right? When I tell you the stroke game was on 100, the slow grind game was on 100, the tasting game was on 100. When I tell you he connected with my body in a way he had not done in 8 whole years. But that's because I was leaving. So he used his one last magic trick. And he put that wizard stick on me. Right? He used his one last magic trick. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. After that last session, I was fucked up. My body was open, my head was open. I was like, whoa, wait, what just happened here? But in about 8 to 12 hours after the high came down, see, I didn't say nothing. He walked off all confident and shit, chest big and stuff, because he knew what he did. He knew what he did. And I'm over here a little confused, like, what just happened here? I've been with you 8 years, and you had this in you the whole time? Miserable. The whole time you had this in you. So about 8 to 12 hours later, I was mad. Oh, I was mad as hell. Why? Because I felt played. Why? Because I was played. He was giving me bare minimum in every area of our lives. And that was just that was such a violation to my mental, to my emotional, to my physical, to my spiritual, to my body. Pleasing me, if he would have pleased me, do he know how much more I would have opened up and transferred that pleasure into creativity, into our abundance? Men don't think like that, because 99.999% of them, they think with their lower halves and not their higher halves. They think with their smaller heads and not their bigger heads, which makes them dumb. Now, honoring your body changes the energy, ladies. Honoring your body changes the magnetism of your relationship. And it adds, when he's honoring your body, and even you honoring your body, you're honoring a level of respect for yourself. Your body doesn't exist to perform for him. Let's be clear. Your body does not exist to perform for him. It exists to be worshiped by you and then by him. You are the woman. You are the queen. You are the goddess. You are the one that has the pleasure source. You are the one with the pleasure portal of abundance. You are the one with femininity, feminine energy, and magnetism. You desire to and should be worshiped. There should be a level of devotion for you and your body. Okay? I need y'all to get this. I need y'all to really get this. Because I'm telling y'all, I was mad. I was mad. I was mad. And what it did, it sealed the deal on me leaving his ass. When I seen he had that in him all that time and was giving me the bare minimum. Here are 3 savage ways to increase your pleasure and your orgasms. Okay. I need you to reconnect with your body daily. Don't be scared to touch yourself. Sensual touching, massages, self-pleasuring, and be mindful of your breathing, because you want to awaken your nerve endings and your energy flow. And you don't necessarily always need him to do this. And see, this is where we get it fucked up. We think that the only time we are to experience pleasure is when he gives it to us. No. And this is why we're giving him all of our power, because that's not how this works. We already own our pleasure. We have to activate that and awaken that within ourselves. Those of you who have known me for 20 plus years, you know that I was the owner of Honey Love Lingerie and More, the romance store in Louisiana. And that's what we did, honey. The whole store was dedicated to pleasure. We would have classes. I even had a pole dance studio, Honey Love Erotic Fitness. So all of these things. So me and pleasure, we've always had a relationship, honey. Always had a relationship. And I knew that I was slowly dying. Being in this last marriage, I was slowly dying because he couldn't keep up in more ways than one. And I'm not saying some other woman may be maybe turned out by all the things he does for her. I'm not saying he don't have it in him. I'm just saying he didn't have it for me. And that's why I say I really did myself a disservice because I knew better. And when you know better, you got to do better, right? So reconnect with your body daily. If you men was doing y'all jobs like y'all supposed to be doing y'all jobs when it comes to us women and our pleasure, so that we can be there for a better wife, woman, and lover and mother, a better person. If y'all was doing y'all jobs, honey, we would be able to take the rose industry out of business. But honey, they still making millions on millions on millions on millions. Honey, that rose, baby, that rose. They putting y'all men out of business. Why? Because y'all not standing up and performing and doing y'all jobs. All right. So second way, okay, I said 3 ways to increase your pleasure. First way was reconnect with your body daily. The second way is to communicate your needs. Stop assuming that he knows what to do. Speak clearly about what feels good and what doesn't. Your pleasure is non-negotiable, honey. I have a friend, honey. She said she was married. She was married to a pastor. So she was a first lady. And she said everything was always about his pleasure. Sometimes those male dominated religions, honey, everything is about men and men's pleasure. And she said she hadn't had an orgasm in 20 years of their marriage. 20 years. She the first lady. She had not had an orgasm because she was satisfying her husband by the word of so-called God, right? Baby, when she left Pastor, when she left the church and left Pastor, she said she started learning Tantra. And honey, when she meets a man, the first thing she says to him, she said in the first 5 minutes of conversation, she said, I'm not going to waste your time and I don't want you to waste my time. Do you think you can make me come? But baby, if that ain't a goddess move, dark goddess move, I don't know what it is. She said, do you think? Or do you know? Because see, she said, don't waste my time. I'm not finna waste your time and you're not finna waste mine. Because see, once she finally got tapped into her pleasure, she ain't going back. She ain't going back. So he got to come correct. She goes in the interview, first 5 minutes. Can you make me calm? Can you make me orgasm? Because I'm not here to be playing with you, bro. So stop assuming he knows. Speak clearly about what feels good and what doesn't. And your pleasure is non-negotiable. And understand, if he's not trying to please you and he's only pleasing himself, he's showing you immediately what this relationship gonna be all about. He's showing you through the most intimate activity you can have, or her. This could be a same-sex relationship. Everybody can get it. Everybody can be selfish, right? All right, number 3, own your energy and your boundaries. Stop tolerating poor performance. Stop tolerating lackluster intimacy. Set standards for touch, for attention, and connection. Your orgasm is your power. It is not a favor. He or she ain't doing you no favors. He or she ain't doing you no favors. Why? Because it's already in you. But you have to connect with it yourself. And they've taught us to be scared to touch ourselves. They taught us that masturbation was wrong, but yet every man I've ever been with has been addicted to masturbation, even when I was giving them some. You find Vaseline and lotion all up under the goddamn couch seats, under the covers, all kind of shit. He can't wait for you to leave so he can touch himself. That ain't no damn sin. If you can't teach your body to scream your truth and you're letting it whisper instead, let me tell you something, sister. Let me tell you something, goddess. Let me tell you something, queen. Whispers don't move mountains. We here to move some shit. We're here to make some shit happen. We're here to manifest some things. We're here to create as the goddesses we are. Whispers don't move mountains. You got to scream your truth. You got to get that thing out. Now, here's the bigger picture. Faking orgasms have taught us to shrink and only perform. The bedroom is your throne and your power source. It is where we rest. It is where we restore. Okay. It is where we go into a dream state, but it's also where the love making happens. Okay. And I'm not just talking about that high panting, boom, 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 all this working it up. I'm talking about intimacy that feeds your soul and gives you the desire that you can create not just orgasms, not just children, but anything. Okay? So stop apologizing for needing your pleasure. Live in your body like it's sacred. The woman who fakes orgasms forgets she is a queen, she's a goddess. She is meant to experience pleasure. So stop giving your crown away. Stop giving your power away. Stop lying and performing knowing he ain't did shit. We're going to have to hurt some of these men's feelings. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it, ladies. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I go back to that time I was telling you about my ex-husband when he couldn't perform because he was out there doing all these things in the street. Girl had got so, and I was young. I was in my 20s, honey. Fine, young, in my 20s, honey. High sex drive, right? I love doing that thing I do and flipping over and turning around with it in me and all that. I loved all that shit. Don't get me, honey. Yes, I was about it. Okay. But when he couldn't perform, I noticed myself, we'd be driving and he'd pull up and park somewhere and it'd be a dude on the side and, car nice, he looking good and whatever. And I'd be right in front of him. I'd do this and be looking. He'd be like, damn, you just gonna disrespect me like that? You out in the streets disrespecting me and can't even come home and satisfy me. What you think this is? Oh yeah, I was a cold piece. I'm still a cold piece. So whatever man had ever got with me and I gave him any bit of my time as a relationship, oh, you better be grateful and thankful. You better be grateful and thankful. So Mama T, the OG Savage, self-love alchemist and divorce doula, telling you to reclaim your pleasure, reclaim your energy, reclaim your body. Stop performing for men who don't deserve it. Stop faking orgasms. Stop shrinking. Stop compromising your body. Stop compromising altogether. You're a queen. Your orgasm is your power. Your pleasure is your birthright. Own it. Roar and dominate and never give it away again. Never. Stop faking it. Faking it for who? Okay, I could see is he if he paying, like he weigh, and he taking care of all them damn bills. You know what I'm saying? And you got a reason to fake it. You performing, you getting paid for the performance. That's a whole different story. Okay, hey, sign up for the Love Rehab Academy and get you some free coaching sessions so I can tell you how to do that too. We over there, we women over there, honey, we are leaving the self-sacrifice, the self-abandonment. We leaving all that shit behind. We not connecting that to loyalty and love no more. And I love you. And remember, stay true to you. Because at the end of the day, you all you got. Love you. Peace and blessings. Mwah! Check out this next video. Say yes to your personal transformation. Say yes to your boundaries. Say yes to your empowerment. Say yes to becoming stronger. Say yes to becoming more whole. Say yes to your healing. Say yes to be able to say no. Say yes to your sovereignty. Say yes to your happiness. Say yes to your voice. And most of all, say yes to you. Join me over at the Love Rehab Academy.